Are we good?
The following program is sponsored by LBO Academy.
This is the Lifestyle Business Owners Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. Your hosts are Aaron and Mayumi Muller, owners of 8 companies that run without them, and founders of the LBO Academy. It's your turn to discover how you can own a business that runs without you. Now, here's Aaron and Mayumi.
Hello, everyone. You're listening to Aaron Muller with the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. If you can't listen to this entire show today, you can always go to lboradio.com. That is lboradio.com, and get this episode and any other previous episode we've done. I would say we have a very special guest today. This company that she works for, as a consumer, I think most of us love it. As a business owner, it can either make your day or make it so that you can't even sleep at night.
Make or break.
Yes. Our guest today is Christy Augsburger. She's the Seattle local business partner and expert for Yelp. She connects local business owners to each other through hosting a series of events that help them succeed and grow in the local community. Christy provides training for local business organizations and often takes actionable feedback from the business community to the different business owner-focused divisions at Yelp headquarters. This gal is important. Also, we have my co-host, Mayumi Muller. She's not only my business partner, but also my partner in life. She's an amazing woman, a true hustler, and if I didn't have her by my side, I'd never have the success I do. Mayumi, hello.
So, Christy, now you know why if we get into a fight before the show and he says that, it just makes everything that much better.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm so excited. Like, you can't see this girl. She's absolutely stunning. She's got this energy. When I walked into the room, and
Always
you know how
smiling.
somebody, like, when you walk in a room and people, like, drain you, it's like an energy drainer. And Christy was like, whoa! I was like, wait, I want to be around her. So, Christy, thank you for being on the show. And I know you guys, you know, this little company called Yelp. Have you guys ever heard of Yelp?
Well,
Any of our listeners?
yeah, I mean, that's how we were able to get the owner in.
Well, you know, Yelp has definitely changed our lives,
Oh, yeah.
you know, as
Love
a
it.
consumer and on the business end.
Yeah.
And I was telling Christy earlier, you know, we just got back from vacation, and literally, even in Seattle, even if we're local, we don't go to restaurants unless it has a good Yelp
We
review.
check on Yelp on most things, most businesses, and it is a love hate relationship with it.
It
You know,
is,
as a
it
business
is.
owner, you know, we have our challenges, and we want to kind of put some people at ease here. That's our
Yes.
goal, right? We're not going to bash Yelp. We're here to make people love Yelp because we
Yes.
actually, as business owners, have grown to love Yelp, and I
Yep.
think most business owners should love Yelp.
I totally agree.
Would you agree with that?
I would agree, and that's what my role is here in Seattle, is just to help people feel comfortable using the platform
Yep.
and feel confident in their business and taking feedback and making things work for them. So
But that is what's so awesome about this, is that they actually have reps on the ground in not all cities, right?
we have them in Chicago, San Francisco, New York, Phoenix, and then we'll have Los Angeles
And Seattle here, right?
Seattle and Washington, D.C.
That's great. And so you guys are considered business partners with the local business owners.
Yes.
So I kind of want to back up just a smidge and say, you know, how did you become, you know, working for Yelp and get in this position? What's your little bit of your background?
Yeah, so I've been in marketing for the last 12 years. That was what I went to school for, and I was in college during the recession. So I just realized I needed to leave
So you
Las
missed it,
Vegas
Yes.
and come up to Seattle and find some new opportunities. So I continued to grow in marketing, working for some great local companies.
That's
And just getting
awesome.
that experience there in the hospitality industry, customer experience industry. And then I just used Yelp so much on those sides of things, and I used it as a consumer, you know, since they started in 2004, and I just loved what they did. I love that they brought me new great local businesses that I could
That's awesome.
experience and have opportunities to find something new that I loved. And so when this opportunity came up, I jumped at it that I could help
So
people.
it was easy.
So it was
Yeah.
easy. I mean, I don't know how you moved from where you moved from because we just got back from that place.
Yeah.
We love
It's
Vegas.
dangerous. It's
Man,
dangerous.
I was like, wait, how did she leave? So you did leave. Did you go to UNLV?
I did.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So you were there, and then this opportunity came up, and you moved up to
Well,
Rainyland.
Yeah, I just wanted to get out and try something new and
Yeah.
take a risk, and that's what business owners do every day.
Absolutely.
Is they're putting
That
themselves
is
out
so
there
true.
and they're
I
taking
like
that
her.
risk, and
You're right.
I've done that in my personal life, and that can extend to work too.
Well,
so.
But think about the positive.
Yeah, and I heard that she did take a risk in her personal life because she did marry a German man.
Oh yeah.
With the last name Augsburger.
Augsburger. Anyways, let's get to it.
Alrighty.
All right, so let's get everybody feeling warm and fuzzy about
Yes.
Yelp. What are the important things people should know, just in general, about Yelp, and why you want to at least have your listing on Yelp as a
Right.
business,
Yeah.
right? Because some people actually don't. I mean,
Right.
we're in Seattle, we're in technology world, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, there's people across the country that don't really use it, and I even know that there's certain areas, towns, because I have businesses all over the place
Yeah.
that don't really use it as much
Right.
as certain areas.
And once
Right.
you let us know how to do it, let our listeners know, is there a fee?
Yeah, so Yelp has been around since 2004, and their mission is to connect people with great local businesses. And so they're in 32 countries. They have a presence all over the world. There's 100 million people using the app and the website every month. And so it's been that name, that brand that is synonymous with ratings and
Yeah.
feedback
Yes.
and
Yeah.
word of mouth. And
Yes.
even before Yelp existed, word of mouth was around.
Yeah.
People were talking about businesses.
Yeah.
But now they're doing that online. And so
Yeah.
Yelp allows businesses to have that two-way conversation with people. They can
That's great.
actually get some context for what people are liking or maybe not, and they can
Mm-hmm.
bring that back to their business and help make operations better. And so it's free to claim your listing on Yelp. It's free to add a listing on Yelp. Nobody can manage a business unless you, the owner, are verified as the owner. So people can add your page to Yelp, but
Do
they
you hear
can't
that?
manage it.
Business owners, if you have a business out there anywhere in these 32 countries and you do not have a presence on Yelp, please, why wouldn't you do this when it's free?
Yeah.
It's free.
I mean, you get traffic. I mean, the traffic
You
that
get
you get from it,
traffic.
it's just automatic, right? Like, I mean, because, the people that pay do get a little bit better placement at different times, right? But, like, in general, you're still getting business even if you're not advertising. You guys don't
Absolutely.
require that. And that's what's so
Absolutely.
cool about it. It's,
And you get a representative that's going to help you through the process.
well,
and
in some places.
in some places. Okay, so let me just go back to that. So
Yeah.
because if there's not a physical presence, must be a website, right, that they can go to and connect that way.
Absolutely.
And so your website is yelpbizconnect.com.
Yes,
That's
and
how
that's
you get a
here
hold of their team.
for our business outreach team. And then if you would like to find your listing on Yelp or add it, you can go to biz.yelp.com, and that's where you're able to search for your business, claim your business, and start managing your account.
Great.
So let's talk about
Love.
let's stay on the topic of advertising your business on Yelp, and now taking it to another level, which is the paid advertising.
Yeah.
So what will that get me as a business beyond, and how much is it going to cost me typically? Like, let's just say I'm an auto repair shop.
Right.
So what's it gonna be like?
So when people are using apps like Yelp, they have an intent to make a purchase, right? When you're using Yelp, when you're opening the app, you're looking for a service or
Yes.
you're looking to make a purchase for something. And so
Yep.
you already have that local intent.
Yep.
Right.
But when you're putting yourself out there with localized search ads, you're going to be at the top of the list. And like search engines like Google have trained us. The top results are the ones that we click on first,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
True.
And
They
so you have
definitely trained us on that.
engaging photos, you have great reviews, people are more inclined to click on your listing.
Right.
But it's key that when they do land on your listing that you do have complete information. So we want to make sure that you
Yes.
have up-to-date hours, you have a
Yes.
website, you have a correct phone number. How do we find you?
Yes.
What are your specialties? What's your history? Meet the
Right.
business owner. All that content, that's going to help you organically in search, but it's also going to help people make a decision versus your competitor when you have complete and detailed information so that they can make a purchase.
Do you guys
I
let
see.
people know if they're not complete?
We try to through your Yelp for Business Owners
Uh-huh.
account, and but that
Thousands of businesses out
Yeah.
there.
there's a lot. That's why we're here too. So
Yeah.
that way we can help.
How many people work for Yelp now?
I think we have about 5,000 people across the
That's
world.
huge.
Yeah.
And I don't know if in the past, like you talked a little bit about in the past, there was some like kind of reviews and stuff like that. I think there was other ones there is like Angie's List and stuff like that. Wasn't that before Yelp?
I think they came like right around after that time.
Because I feel like you guys just kind of like catapulted to that like authority level, where it's kind of like Google became the main search engine, Yelp became the, and I know like even Google's really struggled with their rating systems and legitimacy and everything like that. So like let's go a little bit to that, when somebody is
as far as the business owner, what would that, an auto repair shop, what would that money-wise look like to them that they would be spending
we didn't get that answer.
in regards to doing a paid service through Yelp?
Right. So there's a couple of different options. So there's search ads, and right now we've moved to a self-serve model where no contracts are involved anymore. You can actually sign up for ads whenever you'd like through your business owner's account, and you can set your daily limit. So it can be $5 if you want. But we say give it some time, and you want to make sure that you're seeing, you can get attribution, like where are people actually coming from the site, making sure that you have a method of tracking where people are coming from, whether that's over the phone, hey, where did you guys find us, or
so
if it's
ask
on their
those
paperwork,
questions.
so that way you can actually see if it is bringing business to you.
And what is the time frame would you recommend, like 3 months, 6 months?
I would say 2 months is a good time frame to kind of consider, to see, make sure you're tracking though, make sure you, and you do have access to analytics in Yelp for Business Owners.
And like tracking number, do you get a tracking number?
You can, if you pay for that as well, so you can see exactly when people are
great.
calling, you can see who they are, when they're clicking, how they're clicking. All that information is just going to help you in your marketing.
Determine if it's good, and that's what's so important, I think.
It is, but it's important as business owners, like with our businesses, we make sure we know why that person's coming in through the door,
you spend all this money,
why they've called us. How did you hear about us? If they say Yelp, then that's how you keep track. So business owners, you have to take a responsibility as well.
I think that, there's other services out there that offer these tracking numbers too, and they're so efficient, or they're so effective because they really are telling us where those calls are coming from, so that you spend like X amount of dollars on this ad, and you know that maybe there's going to be a percentage, and you have to start to really understand your numbers of your business, right? And most the small business owners don't.
That's
but
true.
At least you guys give the tools so that when somebody really wants to focus in and narrow down, and then they can look at even just their average ticket item, right?
Just figure out how much you want to invest in the beginning. So today we're talking with Christy Augsburger. She is Seattle's local business partner and expert for Yelp. She connects local business owners to each other through hosting a series of events and helps them succeed and grow in your local community. Christy provides training for local business organizations and often takes actionable feedback from the business community to different business owners' focus division at Yelp headquarters. You can reach out to Christy and her team at yelpbizconnect.com. That's yelpbizconnect.com. You can follow the Lifestyle Business Owner on Facebook and Instagram, and you can always listen to the Lifestyle Business Owner Show anywhere, anytime on lvoradio.com.
The Lifestyle Business Owner Show
So
continues after this.
Make sure I got all this stuff in.
When you're going back, when we start, let's talk about like getting just how kind of talking about like making sure you get your free listing on there. You can do some paid stuff, and then we'll start talking about the reviews, because that's something that's everybody is just so like.
People are afraid.
It's all about that, right? So everybody wants to know about that.
And I think that Aaron does a great job with complaints, and I know that's sometimes
we're going to talk about that.
But I want you to let our listeners know
best practice. Yeah.
If you ignore it, right, it's not going to go away.
Yeah.
So what can we do?
Let us ask these questions.
Okay. I want that, because I think it's important. I think business owners think, oh, it's going to go away, and it just kind of builds up.
Oh no!
Don't worry, we'll ask.
I get that often.
That's like your number one.
I'm sure.
Or how do I get rid of these negative reviews?
Yes.
Exactly. Everyone wants.
How about don't do what you're doing? No.
Yeah. Quit being a jerk. All right.
Okay, hold on a second.
You doing okay?
Yeah. You guys
Didn't it go fast?
So good at this. Wow.
It goes so fast. We could talk to you forever.
No, it's fun.
Yelp.
Yeah, you could do an hour show for most people, because there's so much more to talk about. It's just, you're cut with all these little breaks and all this stuff. Hurry, because of the.
Okay, I'm hurrying.
stop.
You're listening to the Lifestyle Business Owner Show with Aaron and Mayumi Muller.
Welcome back to the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. Today we're talking with Christy Augsburger. She is with this local company here called Yelp. She's a business partner expert, and she connects local business owners to each other through hosting a series of events that help them succeed and grow in their local community. Christy provides training for local business organizations and often takes actionable feedback from the business community to different business owner focused divisions at Yelp headquarters. You can reach out to Christy and her team at yelpbizconnect.com. That's yelpbizconnect.com. We left off with, if you're a business owner, Yelp is free. You need to put your business on Yelp. Then we went into, if you want to take it to that next level, then there's paid, right? Paid Yelp.
Which is worth doing in most cases.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to get higher level rankings so that you're going to be exposed more out on the internet.
But then create a budget that's going to be conducive to what you can allow for your business. And I know, Aaron, you like to typically do a percentage, right? A certain,
well, I just look
5% or whatever, depending on.
I wouldn't even say it's like that. You know, like when I'm doing it, I'm looking at, because there's so many different advertising means out there, right? And so as a small business owner, especially a small business owner, you have to be really cautious about where you spend your money and get your most bang for the buck. And so like when on Yelp, I know what my average ticket is for my sales, and so I look at what my spending's going to be on Yelp, and then I at least know I have to sell X amount of jobs to make it pay for it, and in most cases it pays for it. But then there gets to be a threshold where it doesn't anymore. It I'm starting to get like leads I don't want, you know. So you just
or
have
you're
to be
too
really
busy and you can't handle it anymore.
Nah.
You need to take it out.
I'm gonna tell you, business owners that think like that, man, they just may as well go out of business, in my opinion.
But so then also once you've done that, make sure that you train your team to, ask the question, where did you hear about us? When they're on the phone,
and
if they're walking in, and track it,
yeah.
which Yelp has a tracking system as well. So
Cool.
Now,
let's get into the juicy stuff.
the juice.
The stuff that every business owner wants to know.
Complaint.
Are we gonna learn how to fix?
star.
Are we gonna be able to fix all these and get rid of them because we know Christy now?
Yes, Christy's gonna
Are you
wipe
gonna be able to
all
do
of
it?
our
Can't
stuff
do it for
away.
you, but I
You
can
better
help.
speak up. We can't hear you. All we're hearing is yes. So no.
No.
All right.
Putting her on the spot. She's too nice.
So I got an auto repair shop. I get a 1 star.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do about that 1 star? And okay, and there's always two sides of the story, right?
Absolutely.
And it's like this is where business owners get so irritated because they're like going, listen, that person didn't even communicate this, or I actually told them all of this, but then they just wanted to vent because they're behind a computer screen, and so now I'm the big jerk.
They got the courage.
Yeah, they got the courage behind the and so like I see the 1 star review. How do you deal with that as a business owner?
Yeah,
What's your
I mean,
advice?
of course it hurts. It's frustrating. It's like calling your baby ugly to your face.
Yes.
It's not what you want to hear. But
That's a
I always
good
tell
analogy.
business owners, take some time to really think about it. Like,
Yeah.
is there legitimate concerns that need to be addressed in there? Take that time. We know that business owners, if they respond with a personalized message within 24 hours, they can expect to see a 33% higher likely chance that reviewer will increase their star rating or change their review.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
taking that time to be thoughtful in your response, be diplomatic in that,
Yep.
thank them for providing your feedback,
Yep.
but actually give your side of the story. You have every right to defend your business.
So you
Yes.
think people should do that
Give
without
the facts.
without dragging it out,
Exactly.
right?
And without being passive
Condescending.
aggressive and
Exactly.
condescending.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speak to them how you would want to be spoken
Yes.
to in that same
Yeah.
situation. And there's misconceptions, there can be misunderstandings.
Yeah.
You don't know what a person's
Yeah.
going through that day.
Exactly.
So you don't want to put that on them.
No.
You just want to address it. If it happened to them in their world, they believe it's true.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So
My
you wanna address
my
that.
wife always says my
It's
my
my
perception
perception.
is
Perception
my
is
reality.
key.
My
That's
perception
right,
is my reality. So sometimes when he's like on me, like
I'm
in my
never
ear,
on her.
I'm like, listen, just know that this is my perception. This is
Right.
how I feel. So this is my
Don't
reality.
validate
And then I say,
No.
and then I just send her a message and I say,
He sends me to email.
thank you for letting me know about your perception. I understand it must be very difficult to have that kind of a brain. But
Okay, you guys, that is not the response that you want to send back on Yelp.
no, but I always do as an owner of my shop. I do monitor my reviews. It allows me to know how my people are doing, right? My employees and everything. And so when we do get a bad one, I talk to my staff and I get both sides of the story, right? Because I want to know. I'm not going to take one side or the other.
Right.
And then I always respond as, thank you, really appreciate you taking the time to let us know how your situation or, how you feel about this or how this went on. And then I acknowledge them, and then in the end, our goal is to really make everybody happy. So we would like to, fix this problem, blah, 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 or, I will explain if it's totally on the opposite, like, this was explained and there was no way we could have done that. And you knew, or not that you knew, but I try to not put it in like that they knew nothing. Right.
Right.
But more of a just like general kind of nice.
You're educating that person, but also anybody else that's going to read your response.
Well, exactly. You're really writing it for other people reading it. And I have a theory
Christy,
on
that
this.
is so correct.
And I hate to even say this, but I have a theory that if you put a 1-star rating on anybody, it almost gets ignored by the consumer even because it's so ridiculous.
We look for trends. We look for patterns. We're not going to make our decision based on.
We're not going to. And who's really a 1-star out there, right? I mean, if every single ad or review was a 1-star, yeah, I'm going to believe that. But a 1-star now I'm thinking that customer might have been a jerk because if they're going 1-star, maybe like a 2 or 3.
Or
I might
like Christy says, they might have had a bad morning. We don't know what happened to them before they went in to get service from this business.
But you do have that opportunity to tell your side of the story, provide the facts, and you can also send a direct message through Yelp, and you can say, hey, I really want to try to make this right. This is my contact information. Let's talk about this.
Oh yeah, and take care of your problems. Like an older wise man taught me in business. And I used to feel like, I just want to be right on this deal because if it's not right, that guy's just taking advantage of me. You're almost better off just giving somebody their money back and saying, you know what, this was a really bad situation, didn't work out good for us either, and I know you're not happy. I just want to give you your money back. Can you just come in and we'll give your money back? Don't ask for them to change the review.
No.
Right.
They'll do that automatically because you're going to give them their money back, and you just make it right because I'm going to tell you right now, that bad review can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars versus a couple thousand or $1,000 or
even
500 or whatever, or $50 or don't get caught up in your ego.
A $19.99 oil change.
Right.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's frustrating.
It's frustrating.
When you do get great reviews, you also want to extend those outside of that platform and remind people, like, we're doing something great. We have something really special here.
Yeah.
So you want to amplify that positivity whenever you can.
For sure.
Share those success stories.
I respond to all the good reviews too.
Yes.
Because then it looks like you're really active, right?
Yes.
So tell us, people want to get really good reviews.
Yes.
So how would you recommend that?
Well, great reviews start with great customer experiences. That's where it starts at the end of the day. So from every touch point that you have with that customer, if you're providing an excellent experience with them, your staff, they're your marketers.
Yes.
They're the face of your company. They're sharing your values as a business.
True.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that you're training them, that they have that understanding that they're there to win customers' hearts and minds through that customer service.
There's too many options out there anymore, right?
That's right. And so if that's your differentiator and you're engaged online, you're responding, you're connecting with your customers, you have a leg up on your competition there.
That's great. And I was, so I was just thinking this while I'm looking at you talking. Do you guys ever have like secret shoppers where owners might want to shop their employees to see how they're from start to finish? I mean,
Does Yelp do that?
Does Yelp
We
do that?
don't do that,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I know businesses do, and there are
Okay, I
companies
thought
that
Yelp
provide
might do
that
that.
service. Yeah, but I mean, I used to work for a catering company, and we would call other caterers, and we kind of see how they talk.
See how they
and,
did on the phone.
We would do that with ours too to see how do we sound compared to our
We
competitors.
always know when the competitor's calling us.
Yeah, we do.
It's so
know.
obvious.
It's so obvious. I'm like, come on, make it not so obvious.
I know.
And Yelp is a great resource too to do some research on your competitors. What are they doing? What's their differentiator? What's working for them?
Yeah.
What can you maybe pull out of your pocket that you're
always look
better
at
at?
what other people are doing. I mean, like, you don't need to learn how to do it all on your own, right?
So
like,
basically, you're saying that the reviews cannot be removed. However,
you can flag reviews. You can report reviews. So we have content guidelines, terms of service that all Yelp users have to abide by. And so while we can't take sides on factual disputes, if you give us enough information to connect the dots on something, our moderators will look at our content guidelines, see if that violates it, and they will remove it.
They'll make a judgment.
That's great.
But one thing I do want to ask about, and this may be a technical thing that you may not be able to answer, but There is that other section of Yelp where it's kind of like the back end, hidden, the ones that kind of
not
go.
recommended
You never get rid of
Yes.
them. You never get rid of the reviews, no matter what. I don't think. But what they do is they go in the background somehow.
Yeah,
The
so
not recommended reviews.
from
What
the
is
beginning, from the beginning when Yelp first started, they started seeing business owners write 5-star reviews for their own business, or having their employees
weird.
write 5-star reviews
That's
for
weird.
their
Who
business.
ever did that?
I can't believe that.
So
God.
they wanted to have something
It's
in
like
place
illegal, I think.
to filter out those
Yeah.
reviews, because we want them to be organic and authentic
Right.
and from real customer experiences.
Yeah, for sure.
And
That's
so
what it
the
should be.
recommendation software was born, and it looks at dozens of signals within these
Mm-hmm.
reviews. I don't know what the secret formula is.
Yeah.
No Yelp employee does, because then we
Yeah.
could game the system, right?
Yes.
And we don't want that. And Yelp wants to be the most trustworthy site.
Yes.
And that's why
Heck yeah.
they do this,
No, it's
right?
good.
No, I think that's great.
So, I mean, that software is running every day. The more it learns about somebody,
Yeah.
the more
Yes.
content it has to understand
Yeah.
about who
And
this
it's,
person
and
is.
it's not perfect,
Yes.
because I know
It's
that
not,
business
no.
owners get mad because they're like, that was a real customer review and I don't
and many
understand.
of them
right?
are.
And,
We just don't know enough about them yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But that makes sense. It's learning your business, and
Yep.
the longer you're
And
in business, it's
being
gonna
active, right, on your Yelp as
Mm-hmm.
a business owner, having your customers engage, posting pictures. I mean, we go to restaurants
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and they'll say, "Hey, post a picture, tag,
keep it
tag
active.
us."
Keep it active
so
because
then
they
you
do like
guys
to
get
see.
to know.
That's one thing I noticed on Yelp. Like they want you to kind of put more pictures up and not just keep
Yes.
it stagnant, right? It's kind of like your
Yes,
website almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We highlight the most active, influential people on Yelp, as that's our core community, and that's what we want to demonstrate when we're looking at the reviews. Like, what is that core active community? What are they saying about this business?
I think that's great.
So-
And go. We have a little bit of time left, but and then go to the activities. I mean, that's what you and your team are here for, is to connect small business owners and get them all on one page, because we're not enemies. We can
No.
all work together.
Exactly. One
and
more
create a
question on
good
the review
system.
stuff, because I know people
Yes.
want to know. 1 minute
Yeah,
at a
you-
time.
I don't.
Well, geez, you just heard me.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Well, guess what? You guys are going
How
to
do you
have
get
to
reviews? How
send
do you
us
do
an
it?
email to lboradio.com, and you can ask us some questions, or you can go to yelpbizconnect.com. Thank you, Christy, for being on the show this afternoon. If you are in the Seattle area and you own a business that could use some help with Yelp, reach out to Christy at yelpbizconnect.com. That's yelpbizconnect.com. Here at the Lifestyle Business Owner Academy, we're not rendering financial or legal advice. We're not telling you what you should or shouldn't do with your money or your business. We're just simply telling you what we do personally. When we come back, we're going to go into our LBO segment, and make sure you follow us on the Lifestyle Business Show anytime, anywhere on Instagram and Facebook and lboradio.com. Christy, thank you so much for being on the show.
More of the Lifestyle Business Owner Show coming
I
up
know, I
on
wanted
AM
to ask
1590.
like 3 more questions, but
You guys ever wanted to do anything else? Like, if you have questions and you just want to write a blog post, I'm more than happy to answer anything.
well, we would also love to have you, like when we do our podcast, because then we'll have like more time.
Yeah. We'll do
You
that.
know,
We'll hit you up
and
again,
it just will be like we could talk for like an hour if we
Yeah.
Oh
wanted
yeah.
to.
And I would love to talk about opportunities for us to partner with you to
Cool.
host an event. For
I was
business
gonna
owners.
ask that,
And
and
it's
so
like a natural fit.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what you do. Like I'm like, okay, I want Christy's job right now.
It's fun. It's fun.
I'm like,
it's
I
fun.
want to do that. Put events together and do it. No.
Well, we're doing a panel for small business. How do you go to trade shows? How do you make in-store events? How do you do
Yeah.
pop-up shops? How do you partner with other businesses on
Yeah.
events?
Yeah.
And we're just bringing
Those are
in
great.
thought leaders to speak to that and
Yeah.
let them ask questions.
So once you are a business partner with Yelp, which is just identifying your business on Yelp, all of these events and trade shows
They're
are
all free.
Yeah. Okay. What?
Yeah.
Cool.
See, he does all that stuff with our businesses.
Yeah.
And so, because he knows, like, I love all this kind of like social component of
Yeah.
Yelp. So I definitely will
When I
reach
was
out
single,
to
I
you.
would have gone to those things more often.
I know it's harder when
When you're like
got a
married, you're like,
family, but yeah, I know.
all this other things
No,
to do,
he
like-
would go so he
Where's
could
the-
find a wife.
Yeah, I used to go to trade shows.
I met,
At a trade
yes,
show.
I met him at
Yeah.
a trade show.
Yeah, and I didn't
And
care about
so-
the business. I was like, I was talking to people. I never called anyone back from the trade show and stuff. And, but
No, he's
I would just like
went
hit on
to look
girls.
for a wife.
So your ROI on that was pretty good.
Alright, it was awesome.
It was pretty good.
It was freaking hit the freaking jackpot. Is
I
what
love
it did.
it. Oh my gosh.
All right.
No, this is great. And, you know,
Yes.
unfortunately, we do know a lot of business owners that have not done this yet, and we encourage it and we tell them, or they don't even have a website. So I think that this show is going to be great, and just being able to market you and then collaborate with
thank you
you
so
would
much
be
for
great.
the opportunity.
Yeah.
It's just me in Seattle, so
No, this is awesome.
No, this is awesome.
So let's definitely, here, don't do anything, don't do anything.
Oh, okay, I'm not going to do anything.
No, you gotta keep it going.
Okay, that's okay.
No, got it.
Look, do we have these on our shops?
Yeah.
Oh, you got them.
oh yeah.
You know, no,
He's savvy.
he knows how to get stuff. I'm telling you, that's why he's always done this.
Come on, Maya. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, I'm gonna have to listen to the rest of the show later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna send you links and all
We'll
that.
send you a
stuff,
link
so.
to it.
Thank
Yep.
you guys again. It was so great meeting
Thank
you.
you.
So
Yes.
wonderful meeting you.
Yes.
You are just great energy.
You are awesome.
I'm all about energy, and you have
I just
really
love
fabulous
people,
energy.
and that's
We
But
can
you
tell.
can
that
tell.
makes my day.
You can tell.
Yeah.
It was great meeting you guys again.
And you know how to get out and
I
everything.
do.
Just go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Have a great show.
Love her.
That's good.
Love her. Does that look like a heart? Wait, why is it blurry?
Just because you're too close.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. What did you do?
I basically didn't do anything from way over here.
Well,
Oh, here we go.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. All right, we're good. We'll do it. Someone keeps calling my stupid phone. What does it sound? Okay, let's do it.
Does that stuff show up?
No, but it stopped the recording. in the
Oh,
middle
that's
of
what it does.
All right,
Okay.
let's rock and roll.
You're listening to Lifestyle Business Radio. When it comes to success in life and business, it matters who you take advice from. So let's get better acquainted with one of the hosts, Mayumi Muller. Mayumi is the quintessential cosmopolitan success story. Born in Japan and raised in the United States, Mayumi's Japanese and African American heritage has helped her learn how to connect with people from highly diverse cultures and backgrounds. Following her coursework at the University of Washington, Mayumi pursued a career in modeling, working professionally in major metropolitan areas throughout the United States and Europe. During this time, Mayumi cultivated an elegance, charm, and winning attitude that crowned her Mrs. Washington State in 1995 and landed her less than 5 places away from achieving Mrs. America. Since that time, Mayumi has raised 5 amazing children while attaining to the highest levels of success in every field she's entered. A President's Award-winning real estate agent for John L. Scott for 10 years, the top sales rep of a Fortune 500 company, owner of 8 multi-million-dollar businesses, and the world's #1 trainer in self-running business ownership. Learn the secrets to success in life and business from this amazing woman at the Lifestyle Business Owner Academy website, lboacademy.com. That's lboacademy.com. Why build a business when you can build a lifestyle?
Whew.
Man.
Gosh, I'm like all
Your bio
motivated.
is long.
Wow, I'm like, yeah. So you guys,
I'd love to meet this woman in Miami.
You know, right? She's awesome. And it's not a bad thing to think you're awesome. I think that society makes it seem like, oh, you're big head or whatever. But no, I'm awesome.
I mean, you kind of have a big head a little bit.
I actually
But
do
though,
physically have a big head, but that's okay. You guys, if you haven't already, which we know we're getting folks signed up and they're just loving it, the LBO Academy, you can go to LBO Academy, sign up for the Academy. Or if you are just wanting to get a
the
intro,
Mhm.
Erin's book, the Lifestyle Business Owner book, actually came out several months ago on digital download. The book came out in April, and in about 30 days, it is going to
Somewhere
come
in that
out
range,
ish for your digital download
Yeah.
for the Audible books.
Audible.
Yeah, so if you're in your car, you'll be able to listen to the book because, you know, we're in traffic. Or if you're in transit on a bus.
And
or
who
what
has
have
time
you.
to read anymore, right?
Yeah, I mean, but, you know, I did like reading. I got to say, you know, we
Yeah.
went away last week and I did read your book
Yeah.
while we were sitting by the pool.
Yeah.
And I liked
Are you trying to get
reading
to
it.
know me a little better?
Yeah, I was
That's
just trying to, you know, see
See
if I
you could
get
win
some
my heart.
inside scoops.
What,
Inside
how to
scoop.
deal with me a little better?
So you guys,
Very smart woman right here.
Lifestyle Business Owner
Yeah.
Academy, you can get free videos also.
Yeah.
So if you go to Lifestyle Business Owner Academy, you can get free downloadable videos that we send out, 4 of them, and they're really fantastic. And they're free.
Did we tell them what this segment was? Can't remember.
No, we didn't.
Tell them what the
Am
segment
I
is.
supposed to tell them what the
Yeah, you're
segment
supposed to
is?
tell them. Tell them what the segment is, and then we'll go into it.
Okay, so this segment we're going to talk about.
LBO Academy. Or LBO.
no.
What LBO stands for is what I said. I'm going to tell them what we talk about.
Oh, okay. LBO stands for Lifestyle Business Owner.
Yeah.
And what we do is we teach people how to buy a business, grow profits so that it can run without you.
Exactly. Okay, now it's my turn.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so what we want to talk about today, and it actually works out really good because we had Yelp in here, right?
Yeah, and she was fantastic,
I want to
guys.
talk about good quality marketing versus bad quality marketing for small businesses,
Yeah.
right? And this is what we consider good quality, bad quality. And the reason why it's so important to talk about is because marketing dollars can be spent in so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
We have very small budgets as business owners. I mean, think about it. If your business is only doing $500,000 a year, how much can you really spend on? And let's say they talk about budgets of 3 to 5%, $500,000 a year. You're not really having a lot of money to spend on advertising, right? And you might be able to spend more than that. So don't get caught up in the exact percentage, right? You just need to have return on your investments. So the biggest key when you are getting into advertising and you're trying to get the most bang for your buck out there is looking at the whole cost of what you're doing and really getting that return on investment. And so you really need to know, like we talked about earlier in the earlier segment about Yelp, where you need to know what your average ticket is and what your profit is almost every day based on what your sales are. So then when you're driving business to your company from all these other advertising sources, how many people do you need to come to your business or buy from you to pay for those dollars that you're spending on advertising?
Right.
And it's not something that's super easy to do, but you have to take some time to do it. And I think it's probably the most important thing that you can do as a small business owner is really get to understand that.
Well, we were just talking about that on the way here in the car, about how many items we have to sell if we were going to go this route with having this, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's that'd be a good thing to kind of talk about.
Well, I don't want. I mean, that's a whole conversation.
Okay, let's not get distracted.
We only have 15 minutes here.
Okay.
All right, so let's just talk about some of the good places that we've found to advertise as small business owners. Yelp.
Yeah.
We just met with a Yelp representative, and it was awesome.
And it's free.
It's free. It's super awesome.
It
you
is.
get so much bang for your buck there. I mean, if it's free, and then if you want to spend some money, and I recommend spending some money on Yelp. You don't have to go crazy. People just think, I don't want to spend any money on Yelp. That's not good. Money spent. But I'm going to tell you, it's almost dumb not to. Depending on your business, right? I mean, there's some industries that it might not be worth doing it on, but if you're in a service business or restaurant business or anything like that, I mean, if you're not spending a little bit of money on Yelp, we're talking a few $100 even, minimum. You're just going to get a lot of bang for your buck.
You are, and because we just had Christy from Yelp on our show, I didn't even know this. Especially here in Washington State. In other areas too, and I don't remember all the states, but man, I mean, they connect. You can connect with the Yelp team and get so many resources through them. I mean, that's free, you guys.
All right.
I mean, it's ridiculous to not go that route. So.
All right. So we got to move on because we're going to run out of time. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
Number one, Google organic search. Okay. So Google has its own thing called the Google Maps, right? That's free also. Putting your business on Google Maps is free, and then if you want to rank high on a lot of those, you might have to do some organic search stuff, right? So that's like making sure that you're showing up on the first page of Google and in the first couple spots. We feel that this is how a lot of people go to find services and products and stuff like that. They still Google stuff. Yeah. So I think it's worth it if you're on the local market, especially. On the big market, I always relate it to like living on the lake, property, because it's so expensive to actually do that organic search for Google. But what the other option is doing is the pay-per-click.
Yep, which I just default to that.
Yes, my wife always thinks it's. I said, honey, don't click on that.
He's like, don't click on it, and
they're
I always
gonna
do.
have to pay for it.
I'm
always thinking about the business owner.
He is, and I see it at the top, and it's kind of in like a yellow color, light yellow, and I'm like, oh, my eyes are drawn to it.
It's almost hard to avoid it anymore because they've made it so they're even making the maps paid now. They're doing all kinds of stuff. Google's just making it so that you're going to have to pay to play.
Yeah,
right. I mean,
pay
if you're
to
going
play.
to, so I think it's worth it. Do a little bit of pay-per-click advertising, small budget again, something that's going to be really reasonable for you. But you're just going to make sure that you capture a few jobs, few deals by having that, right? You're trying to broaden your marketing, so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You want to do it, kind of like in a broad stroke. Another thing that's really big these days, let's talk about Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah,
right?
Facebook and Instagram are fantastic platforms.
It's starting to become like almost more important than Google now. Like people, this is how people are buying now, and there's ways of advertising on Facebook too, right? I mean, we do advertising, and you got to be really careful because it can get out of control as well, and you just have to when you set it up properly. And we actually have a course on it. It's called the Digital Acceleration Course, and it's like digital marketing acceleration course, and basically it teaches people how to set up all their digital marketing stuff economically so that you're not wasting thousands of dollars and not getting any return on it, right? So like all of these things you can do at a small scale and have total control over them. This is why I'm talking about these items here, right? So there's other things that are more traditional in marketing that's where it gets pretty expensive, right?
You start having to spend more money.
We didn't really mention Amazon. I mean, that's kind of a unique one, and it depends on if you have a product but they're even adding services on Amazon too.
They are.
Where you can even put your service on there and advertise it.
They have a whole division of like painters, pressure washers,
painters, and not just
yard, lawn service. Yeah.
But if you have products, it's good to do a little pay-per-click on Amazon, so you get like some rankings up there a little higher, and then the more volume that you have going to your product, the higher it will rank as well, and reviews and everything as well. So let's talk about a little bit of the traditional stuff. Do we have some time for that or not?
We do. So traditional, which I still like getting, is direct mail. Yeah. There's some service industries out there where direct mail does work and people like it, and we still have, our paper tangible people, baby boomers, they want to see something come. My mom waits for the Val Pack to come. Yeah. And she loves opening it and seeing what coupons are going to be in for the week, and she uses them. So direct mail, I know.
But even better than like the broad mail, like the Valpak and stuff like that, is taking your customer base.
Yes, right? That's what we do.
And mailing to them, and because they already know who you are. So this is one of your most effective lists that you could ever have, or email them. Direct marketing could even be emailing them nowadays, right? So just use your list because they've already been into your business. They've already experienced you. They may need other things, other services, other products. So don't.
And they will recommend.
And they'll recommend.
And it's word of mouth, just like Christy said from Yelp. Word of mouth, what happened before Yelp, and it's still the best form of getting your company name out there.
And probably the broader ones, that you got to be careful about doing that can really run your budget through the roof is TV and radio, and you got to make sure you have maybe multiple locations to make sense of that, typically speaking, or like be on maybe a real estate person or something wants to be on the radio that you can cover a broad area. That's okay. But if you're just one little like auto shop or something like that in a little town and you put it out on the TV, you're just wasting money, right?
Well, and a lot of times too, and I know it goes into the print ads and but I see a lot of, folks get trapped into, especially real estate agents, to being on the side of a bus or at the grocery store carts. And once you talk to those folks, that gets really expensive, and it doesn't seem like they're getting a lot of bang for their buck.
You're right. I mean, that's something that you would want to have is your face on the back of a bus or something.
I actually might want my face on the side of a bus.
Well, that's mine outside of your face. You're in a magazine, Costco's magazine.
Yes, I was in Costco's magazine, selling their stuff. And then Groupon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Groupon's another
Groupon's
one.
another
It's
one.
a volume thing. You got to be real careful with
Yes.
Groupon though. You can get in a lot
You
of
can
trouble.
get in trouble for that too.
Great.
Well, you guys, stay tuned for the Ask Aaron and Mayumi segment. This is where business people across the world write into us and ask us about the street smarts of small business. And if you've missed any of our show this afternoon, would like to listen to any previous show, go to lboradio.com. Also, make sure you follow us on The Lifestyle Business Owner on Facebook and Instagram, and you can listen to us anytime, anywhere on lboradio.com.
All right, let's just see.
Time for a quick break. But we'll have more of the Lifestyle Business Owner Show right after this here on AM 1590. The Answer.
They'll look fine.
They do?
Yep.
Okay. We're starting.
You're listening to Lifestyle Business Radio. When it comes to success in life and business, it matters who you take advice from. So let's get better acquainted with one of the hosts, Aaron Muller. As a child, Aaron developed an interest in small business ownership from his family's marina on San Juan Island. From the start, Aaron was driven to seek out business opportunities and attain entrepreneurial success. His very first business venture was catching and selling shrimp at the docks when he was only 10 years old. While his peers were preparing to enter 7th grade, Aaron opened a bumper boat rental company, catering to San Juan's ample tourist traffic. Aaron's first real job came in high school, but by the time he graduated, he'd earned enough to purchase half the company. Over the past 30 years, Aaron has gone on to start or buy over 20 companies in the Pacific Northwest, and now owns 8 multi-million-dollar businesses. Aaron is the world's premier trainer in self-running business ownership and author of the Lifestyle Business Owner book, which lays out the principles for making a 6-figure income by working as little as 5 hours a week. Learn how to achieve your goals from this phenomenal business mind at the Lifestyle Business Owner Academy website, where you learn all kinds of amazing business knowledge. Visit lboacademy.com and take your life in an extraordinary new direction. That's lboacademy.com. Why build a business when you can build a lifestyle?
There you go. There you go.
Why
Well,
build a business when you can build a lifestyle?
And I like our lifestyle, Miami.
I do too.
I want to go on vacation again.
I know. We just got back, but we can go again.
Okay.
But after the show.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we've got this show thing.
Show
that
holds
we-
us down.
Yeah.
We gotta be doing this on the road. Joshua, don't we have something on the road we could do?
I
Like,
know.
you wanna come on the
Joshua,
road
come
with us?
with us. We'll get like a big charter bus, have Joshua, the crew,
Yeah.
bam, road show.
This is small time for you, Joshua. Come join us. Join us, Joshua.
Well, Gavin sure, our son loves Joshua. He's in the sound room, and man, he always gets
he's a
upset when he
techie.
doesn't get
Our
to come.
9-year-old's a techie.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. All right.
So
well, let's get into the
let's
questions.
get into the questions. So the first question is from William, Nashville, Tennessee. Favorite way to follow us is Facebook. I followed your advice and met with a business broker who is helping me find a business to buy. My business broker tells me that there are certain hot industries where I have to pay a high multiple for the business, and the other industries that are not as hot where the businesses are not valued at crazy multiples. What's your opinion of these hot industry businesses that have a lot of buyers? First question, right? And is it better to buy a business in one of these hot industries or end up paying more for the business? Or is it better to buy a business in an industry with fewer buyers so I don't have to pay so much for the same amount of cash flow?
This is actually a great question.
Great
and,
question.
you know, there's a lot of ways to answer it, and it's not really as straightforward as just saying do this or that.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that, you know, it's all going to be one factor is how much money do you have to spend on a business, right? So if you have a substantial amount of cash and you're willing to, you know, pay a higher multiple, right? You know, for something that's there's more competition in, basically is what it comes down to,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like a manufacturing industry or something is going to have a pretty good high multiple because they know that in a manufacturing situation, typically they can grow it, you know, to as big as they want it. But if it's, let's just say an auto shop on a corner, it can only grow so big and then it stops, right? So that's why, you know, these things have different multiples, and there's no exact science to any of them. But if you think about it in more of a sense of how big can this company get? Can it become a $100 million company, or can it only become a $1 million, $2 million company? With the caps, or that's what's going to keep the multiples down, right? So kind of determine how big you want to ultimately be. I kind of take my risk level a little lower, where I don't want the super high multiple one. I want kind of the 3-time multiple of owner's discretionary income. That makes me feel comfortable as a buyer of a business, and then I can grow that business to where I want it to be.
And
that's
then
how I
buy another business.
And then buy another business. I buy multiples,
Yep.
But a lot of these internet businesses have really high multiples too, FBA stuff, and you got to be really careful, because they could be making a lot of money right now, but then like overnight, because Amazon changes, because now you're doing a deal, with a big conglomerate like that you don't know what they're going to do, and it's kind of like putting all your eggs in this one basket of like, even like Google back in when SEO was like everything. I mean, you could be ranking number 1, and then all of a sudden Google changes their algorithms, and now you're ranking number on the 4th page, and you just ruin, the whole business is down because you can't even do it. So anyways, that's what those FBA, which are the Amazon businesses, got to be really careful about those, but they do sell for higher multiples too.
Good answer. So Tiana is from Charlotte, North Carolina. Favorite way to follow us is Instagram. When you're running a business, how do you tell what's a good expense and what's a bad expense? I don't want to waste money, but I also want to make sure that I am not being too cheap on the areas that are worth spending money on. How do you tell what's a worthwhile expense and what is not worthwhile?
Okay, so a bad expense in a business is typically like if you go to the department store and get yourself a dress or a purse or something like that. That's a bad expense.
To go to a meeting.
Yeah. And a good expense is a sign for your building.
Yeah.
Just use logic typically. Don't overspend on anything. Maybe get 3 quotes if you can. Sometimes you don't have time to do that, but just be within reason. Kind of take a look at what things are and what is that money being used for, right? So, like, is it going to add to your business and create more sales for your business, or is it going to enhance the atmosphere of your business so that people feel more comfortable spending money.
Aesthetics.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, so there's some things that you can't relate exactly to a dollar amount, but I try to think logically, okay, paint on my building. If I got ugly paint, people are going to start looking at it as kind of run down, and then they're going to say, well, these guys are trying to charge this amount and they don't even take care of their own place. So I'll spend some money on things that maybe I don't want to, or equipment that's really important to getting a job done.
Right.
I'm never chintzy there, and I'm never chintzy with my employees, So I want to make sure that my people are paid top wages for the industry.
Yeah.
I know we weren't talking about that kind of expense, but there's just a lot of little things that you just gotta, always be on the side of wanting to be smart with it and logical.
Right. Absolutely. So the next question is from Shelly, and she's from Houston, Texas. Favorite way to follow us is Twitter. Are there certain businesses that are easy to run and certain businesses that are hard to run? Or are they all equally hard to run?
Yeah, I mean, I think most businesses are hard to run. I mean, there's no real, you can have something temporarily that's going to be easy, right? As you're growing it, and then as you grow it to a certain level, then it starts to become more complicated as you're adding employees and different dynamics to the business. But if it's too easy and it's too one-dimensional, then what happens is the odds of it going out of business are too great too, because it's not sustainable for long term, right? So you want to always be thinking about trying to grow your business somewhat, changing, broadening things about it, which make it more complex.
Right.
There are, internet businesses. This is why a lot of people do the e-commerce type businesses, right? Because those are a little easier to run. But I also have, a client that's selling one right now that ran himself ragged and had a nervous breakdown because he had so much darn business and he didn't want to hire anyone. And so he's selling it and it made him a huge amount of money, but he just couldn't deal with the amount of volume and the amount of work that he had to put in, because he also didn't want to deal with hiring a bunch of employees. So in reality, there's just no such thing as a really easy business,
right?
Long term, right?
Right, and but you can make it easier by
hiring people.
I'm going to do a plug, hiring people, but also creating systems that are so that your business is systemized. And, a manager, start hiring one person. You don't need to be greedy when you're a business owner, and you can't grow by yourself.
No.
You have to start hiring employees.
Yeah,
and
that's where people should get our book, right?
Absolutely. And Aaron teaches that in his book. Okay, that great question. Thank you. So Ron from Olympia, Washington, favorite way to follow us is iTunes. There are a number of experts who teach people how to build an online business. You are the only expert I know who advocates for brick and mortar businesses. Why do you like brick and mortar businesses better than online businesses? First question. And doesn't it cost a lot more to buy or start a brick and mortar business compared to an online business? 1 minute.
All right, that's going to be really quick.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like brick and mortar better, but I think it's also a really great thing, and it's very tangible. And an online business kind of gets boring sometimes, because online, and then you're not as in control too. An online business, man, I mean, it's like the internet's the wild west of marketing and everything else that's giving you those sales, and you don't know what's going to happen. It could just go away tomorrow. So brick and mortar, at least you know that people are going to be coming in a way of just doing all kinds of different marketing.
Awesome.
Bam.
Well, thank you all for your questions and listening to the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. And if you've missed any of our show, make sure you go to lboradio.com and you can listen to this show or any other previous shows. Again, I want to thank our guest, Christy Augsburger from Yelp. And make sure you submit all your questions to Ask Aaron at lboradio.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next week.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Oh, you know what I was thinking we should get on the show?
Business Owner Show.
Have her bucket.